Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be teaching all about the Arizona State Quarter. Now there's a fair amount of these that are worth more than 25 cents, but some of those are going to be worth a few bucks, others are going to be worth, hundreds. So we want to cover all of those. It could be an error variety, could be a conditional rarity. There's a fair amount to learn. We'll be doing all of that in my presentation, which we'll head to right now. And here we've got the Arizona Statehood Quarter showing off that gorgeous Arizona landscape and climate. We got the cactus and a lot of other key ingredients. Not going to spend a bunch of time on the design. You can pause here if you'd like. I want to get right into some of the varieties. And on the Philadelphia Mint coins, double die obverses are aplenty. We've got a really neat strong doubling, and I really like the strength of this one. Clear doubled ear, reminiscent of the 1984 doubled ear penny. And this one's going to trade in that $8 to $10 range in uncirculated condition. There's also some Philadelphia Mint less strong protrusion. When you compare the two, this one stands out much more. This is a smaller and less maybe impressive one, but also trades for low multiples, similar to the other one. I really like the double die reverse. This one isn't super well known on the left arm of the cactus, and it just appears that somehow that design element got doubled. And maybe this is worth a little bit more than the values are suggesting, but it's not. A lot of the times it's all about the marketing. So like the Wisconsin extra leaf error or variety is really well known. This is less so. Maybe better known, but also relatively common is these die breaks. So here you can see there's a bit of a die break, and they're regular, they're well aware. They call them the extra leaf, extra cactus leaf, something like that on the bottom of these. The JFM designer's initials should look like this, but often they're covered up here, and the larger the die break, the more valuable it is. So again, I've seen these coins selling for $30, $35. Not something to certify. In terms of the ones that you should be certifying, $1,400 is a Mint State 68. So if it's almost a flawless coin, that's sort of the upper range for the Philadelphia Mint Mark coins. For Denver Mint ones, 68 also going to give similar values, but 67 for both of these just doesn't really cut it in terms of, after all of the work, shipping, selling expenses, that's really the cutoff point. And then the satin finish, some interesting results. I don't think that you should send these in, but I do have to mention them for completeness sake. No varieties well known on those, and certainly don't send in the clad or silverproof Arizona quarters. There are some fun errors. This one sold for $1,150, 2008. By then, the standards at the Mint are getting a lot higher, and they're pretty strict. This is the most valuable error that I was able to find from Arizona. You've got that core of copper and then nickel or clad layers being used on either end, and sometimes that strip runs out when they're creating the stock that then gets punched out. The quarter blanks get punched out, so that's what happened here. Somebody paid a ton of money, probably just competition for people maybe from Arizona who are collecting this stuff. Another planchet error here. This one was struck on an elliptical planchet, so one of the more coveted clip planchet types, where you have, an irregular clip. It's not just, one side, but it's almost like a football shape. Sometimes you get a really, super ovally clipped elliptical planchet, but in this case, still relatively normal, sold for $130. And then this just defective planchet. It's perfectly mint state. It's not damaged. This was struck, and again, a lot of planchet errors here. Nothing that I was able to see in terms of like a double struck coin or something like that. The quality control had increased dramatically at this point, but that's what we have here. Always fun to just even take a look at some of the different things to search for on the Arizona quarter. I think there's so much beyond some of the main, the CUD or die break, and that can be found on both Philadelphia and Denver Mint coins. That's a fun one to search for, but you can also look for the double die reverse. You can also look for these two doubled ears, especially this one, and have fun cherry picking these also for good varieties and good condition ones. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like the video, comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I also have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and some other social media platforms. You can also go to my main channel website, treasuretownYT.com, to learn more about the channel and sort of stay in contact. I also will eventually host all of these videos on coinsmetalscards.com, which will be both news, marketplace, and coin information. I do have the goal of eventually getting pretty much every US coin, date, mint mark, denomination on the channel with a similar video to the one that you just watched, and that will likely all be hosted there. And then I also have treasuretowncoins.com, which is sort of my coin dealing wing, coin dealing only entity that is a little bit less focused on content production. So thank you so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my other videos. I also have videos that are not just the date, mint mark, denomination recap in this format, so you can check some of those out, and I'll have fun seeing you there.